press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, we were discussing about the modes of heat transfer. Okay, the basic three modes of heat transfer is, the modes of heat transfer are conduction, convection and radiation. So these are the three major modes of heat transfer. Through these methods or through these processes, the heat transfers from one object to the other or in the same object from part to part. Okay, and in the last class we have discussed what is this conduction. Okay, so this conduction is nothing but the mode of heat transfer in which there is a movement of particles or movement of heat. Sorry, there is a movement of heat from one part of the object to the other. Okay, that is heat transfers from hotter end to the colder end. Okay, so that is the conduction. Okay, now we will see what is this convection. But before that, okay, there is this example. Okay, there is this guy who has a ball. Okay, okay, this guy has a ball. Let him say A, and here's a guy. Okay, now the instance is this guy has to give ball to this guy. Okay, so how, what are the possibilities he can give? Visible, right? Okay, so this is the first guy and this is the second guy. Let him name A and B. Okay, now this boy has a ball. Okay, this guy has a ball and he has to transfer or give this ball to the second boy. Okay, so what are the possibilities? So now we are discussing, there are to relate with this modes of heat transfer, we have taken there are three possibilities by which this boy can give ball to the other boy. Okay, so what the first possibility is, he can place other of his friends. Okay, he can place just other of his friends okay. So this boy, what he does, he places other friends and he gives ball to him and they transfer the ball and finally they give it to the second guy. Okay, so what happens, this ball he'll give to this guy and this boy transfers to this boy and finally they give ball to him. Okay, they don't move. Okay, these boys don't move from place to place, they just stand, they just take the ball and pass the ball. Okay, now just relate, this ball is the heat. Okay, this ball is the heat and these two boys are some two objects. Okay, there is a transfer of heat, that is there is a transfer of heat without movement, right? These boys have been just standing here without moving and they'll just pass the ball. Okay, from one boy to other, they just transfer the ball. The ball is nothing but the heat. Okay, there is transfer of this heat without movement of any particles, right? And the other instance is this boy, okay, again he's having a ball, okay. Now how will he give? He can just place one boy, okay. This boy goes and gives him the ball, okay. So this is the second instance. Okay, so first what happened, many of his friends stood and they just transferred the ball without moving. And in the next instance what he did is, he placed one boy, one of his friend, who just took the ball, okay, he just took the ball and went and gave him to him. Okay, he just went and gave the ball to him. What is the difference here is, there is movement of this boy. And the other instance is, this boy directly throws the ball to this boy. Okay. Now we'll relate this with the modes of heat transfer. Okay. So this boy, what he did, he just gave, okay, by passing through the boys, these boys without moving, okay, without moving, without going to this boy, they just stood in a line, they took the ball, they just transferred. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, let us take this ball as heat. Okay, so there is a transfer of heat from one object to the other object without movement of particles. There is only movement of heat. Only heat passes from the one end to the other, not the particles. Okay, and here what happens? Here there is a transfer of heat with the movement of particle. Okay. Here this boy goes and gives to him, right? So there is a movement of particle from one object to the other. And here there is no movement itself. Like, I mean, there is no particles in between, no medium to known medium of transfer. The ball directly went to this second boy. Okay, there is no medium. Okay, intermediate, there is no medium, there is nothing. Directly he just threw the boy there, threw the ball there. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, there is no movement of particles here. Okay, so this is the conduction and this is the convection and this is the radiation. Understood, right? In conduction what happens? There won't be any movement of particles. Only the particles, they just they are attached to compact. There won't be any movement of particles. Only the heat transfers from one part to the other. But whereas in convection what happens? There is movement of particles. Okay, with the heat there is the movement of particles from one object to the other, one part of the object to the other. And in the radiation there is no medium. Okay, the heat transfers directly from one object to the other. Okay, remember in radiation, okay, in radiation mode of heat transfer there is no medium. Here particles were there, the compactly arranged, the heat passed. Here the particle itself moved. Okay, in convection the particles moved to transfer the heat. But in radiation what happened? There is no medium. Okay, so this is the basic idea of modes of heat transfer. Okay, the most important point what to remember is, in conduction there is no movement of particles. Okay, only the heat transfers. And in convection there is movement of particles. And in radiation there is no medium. The heat directly transfers from one object to the other. Clear? So this is the basic idea of this modes of heat transfer. Okay, so now let us study in detail about this convection, the second type of mode of heat transfer. Convection is the transfer of heat by actual motion of yes. So what is this convection? Okay, the basic idea is convection happens, that is the mode of heat transfer in which there is a movement of particles. Okay, the transfer of heat by actual motion of matter. Okay, the major difference lies here between conduction and convection is, in conduction there is no movement of particles. Okay, and in convection there is the actual movement of this particles. Okay, only then heat transfer. Okay, that is how heat transfers, by movement of particles. Okay, and this conductors, in conduction we majorly see conduction in solids. Okay, and in convection this is seen in liquids and both liquids and gases. Okay, remember conduction. Okay, conduction, that is without movement of particles, that is the heat transfer, that takes place only in solids. Okay, and this convection takes place both in liquids and gases. Okay, why in liquids and gases and why not in solids? Okay, so see how are the solids arranged. This is the structure of any solid. Okay, the molecules are very compactly arranged. Compactly means very tightly arranged. Okay, there is no spaces in between these molecules. Okay, it's too compactly arranged. There is no spaces between these molecules, whereas in liquids this is how liquids are arranged. Okay, these are not compactly arranged, instead they will be having intercellular spaces. Okay, the spaces, there are spaces between these molecules. Okay, which makes them to move. Okay, can these molecules move? No, right? The molecules cannot move. There is they are too tight to be moved. Okay, this cannot move. But here, since these have space, why can't these molecules move? Because they don't have space. Okay, when you are kept in a room, when you have a small room, very congested, and you are some 10 peoples in it. Okay, when you are 10 members standing like this. Okay, when you are a some small foot area, so you cannot hardly move, right? You hardly can move from place to place. It's just so congested, so tight. The same way in solids, the molecules are too tight to be moved. Okay, but if the area is big enough, okay, the area is big and you people, again the same number of people are there in a room, then you won't feel much congested. You can just walk, you can just move around. So that is what happens in liquids. There is space for these molecules to move. Okay, there is no space for these molecules to move. Okay, that's the reason they can't move. And whereas in gases, it has too much of intercellular spaces. Okay, so gases have too much of intercellular spaces. Okay, there is no question of holding it tight or being compact molecules. Okay, gases move very freely. Okay, liquids are the intermediate ones, and these solids are very compactly arranged. So when I say there is transfer of heat by actual motion, okay, where can we see the motion of molecules here? In liquids and gases, right? So this is where convection happens, and there is no movement of molecules, there is no convection. So that is what conduction takes place in solids, and in liquids and gases convection takes place. Okay, because of the intercellular spaces present between them. Okay, so when I say convection happens in liquids and gases, how does it happen? The question is how it happens. In conduction, what happened in solids? The one part of the object was hot, the other was cold, and heat just transferred without the movement. Now let us see how does it happen in liquids and gases. Okay, so let us take some water. Okay, so we'll see how does it happens in liquids and gases. We'll take water, that is liquid, and we'll heat this water. Okay. Okay, so while heating this, yes, of course, this is the place where we are giving the heat, right? So this is the part which gets heated up first. Okay, so these are the molecules. Okay, these are the molecules which gets heated up. What happens after these molecules get heated up? These molecules rise above. Okay, they just move above. Understood? These molecules move above. What happens then? The molecules aside, okay, these are not getting the heat. Okay, these are the molecules getting heat, and these molecules rise up. So while these are rising from here, okay, these are the hotter molecules. Okay, they just rise above because they get heat up, they rise. And these molecules which are the colder ones, okay, draw it more big. Yes, again. Yeah, so these are the molecules which get heated up first and they rise above. Okay, they rise. So these molecule moves above, and these are the molecules which are not getting heat, which are cooler compared to these molecules. So what happens when these are rising above? These molecules move here. Okay. So these molecules move here. Again these molecules get heated up, again they move above. So again these molecules come to here. So likewise, so this process keeps on continuing. Got my point? So this is the these are the molecules which gets heated up first, so they rise above. So they just get heated up. And again these are the colder ones, they again come here. These molecules get heated up, again they rise above. Again whichever the cooler molecules are present, again they just move. We can clearly see there is movement of particles, right? There is transfer of heat from this place to this. Okay, we are giving heat to the base of this beaker or pan or something. Okay, we are just giving heat here. Okay, but due to the motion of molecules, these molecules are getting heated up, right? When these molecules are getting heated up, they rise above. Okay, there is transfer of heat from this part to this part by the movement of molecules. Right? So this is what convection means. In liquids is the same case in both liquids and gases. Okay, this is how heat transfers from one part to the another by the movement of molecules. Remember, in convection there is movement of molecules. In solids we have not seen any movement, right? In a rod and in candle and rod example, what we did the rod move from here and there? No, the rod, one end we kept the rod, okay, at the one end we have kept the candle, okay, the one end got heated up, the heat transferred just like that, and the other parts of the rod got heated up, there was no movement. But here we can clearly see the movement of molecules, okay, hence there is heat transfer because of the movement of particles. This is in case of the liquids. Again, if in case of gases, is the same. Okay, imagine this is some big fire or something, okay, big bonfire, something like that. Okay, okay, imagine this is some bonfire, okay, some big fire, and this is the atmosphere. Okay, so what happens when you go close? When you go close to this fire, only then you can feel the hotness, right? Okay, when the fire is far away, you won't feel hot here, right? When you go close, only then you'll feel the hotness of this fire, right? So that is what the molecules around this fire, okay? The molecules, the gas molecules, okay, atmosphere, the gas molecules. Okay, the gas molecules surrounding this fire gets heated up first. Okay, these molecules get heated up first. Okay, the above molecules, these heated up first, and again they move upwards. Okay, so this is what happens, there is movement, and again around the surrounding molecules, okay, surrounding this fire, again there are all surrounded by gas molecules. So what happens when these molecules present above this fire are getting much heat, okay, these molecules are getting much heat compared to the molecules present around it. Okay, like in liquids, this part got more heat than the sideways. Okay, than these side molecules. These are the molecules got heated up first, right? With these are in close contact with this fire. The same way, these are the molecules which are in close contact with this fire. So these molecules get heated up first. When they get heated up, they rise above. Okay, and when these are rising above, okay, they are getting heated up and they rise above, and the molecules present around, they come here. Okay, and when the molecules present around, they come here, and again they rise. Okay, again the molecules present around here, they come. Okay, so likewise this process keeps on continuing. Okay, so this part gets heated up first, the air moves above, and again the molecules which are not hot enough, they come in contact with this fire and they get heated up, again they rise. So again you can see there is a movement of molecules and there is heat transfer from here to the atmosphere, right? So this is what happens, there is a heat transfer due to the movement of both these gas and liquid molecules. Okay, so this is how convection happens. If you place a candle here, okay, place a candle. Okay, when you place a candle here, okay, when this candle is burning and when you keep your hand above the candle, okay, when you keep your hand above the candle, okay, keep your hand above also, okay, keep your one hand above and the other hand sideways of this candle, okay, keep one of your hand above and one of your hand aside this candle, okay, and beside this light of this candle. So which part or which hand do you feel more hot? Of course this hand, right? Like I said, this is not convection, okay, this part, okay, the above part is more in contact with the heat than the parts, okay, than the side parts, okay, so this hand feels lesser hot than this hand which is above the candle. Okay, here again hot molecules are present which comes in contact with the hand. So after a period of time, when there is a movement of molecules, your hand feels hot. Okay, and here since the lesser movement of molecules, the other hand which is kept aside the candle, it doesn't feel much hot compared to the hand kept above the candle. Okay, so this is because of the convection. Okay, so this is all about the convection. Hope you understood. Convection is the transfer of heat by, remember, 2 points majorly. Conduction is transfer of heat without movement of particles, whereas convection is movement of transfer of heat due to the movement of particles, and conduction occurs only in solids, okay, whereas convection occurs only both in liquids and gases. The reason is, in solids, molecules are very compactly arranged, very tight. But whereas in liquids and gases, molecules have intercellular spaces, in which they can move aram se. Okay, so that is what happens in convection. Okay, there is a movement of these molecules due to which convection happens, both in liquids and gases. Okay, so this is what convection is. Thank you.